best shot. Come on.
Thunder Rosa, most of the time when she opens her mouth, something stupid comes out.
Why don't you hit me with your best shot?
I have no respect for you.
Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
I am on top. And if somebody has a problem with that, they know where to find me.
From the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico, Thunder Rosa is unlike any other professional wrestler in all elite wrestling. While some may fight for glory, others may fight to simply survive. Thunder Rosa fights to honor the memories of the dead.
After my music hits and the announcer says, "From the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico," it reminds me of everything I did, all the things I have suffered to get where I am. And no, it's not just a cool thing for the announcer to say. Thunder Rosa has risen from the graveyards, the embodiment of interrupted lives of all the women that died just because they were all women. When I'm on the ring and the weight of all of it comes to me, the women at the border looking to escape their misery of their lives just to find that the light at the end of the tunnel was death. When I feel beaten to the pulp and my mind betrays my body, I feed on the memory of all of those that never came home, that vanished. I live and fight for all of those women that couldn't and still can't. But I tell you, you can fight too. Don't be afraid. Don't let them tame you. They should respect you till they fear you. I fight because women fight every day. It begins because I decided to fight. I know where I'm from and what I become. But I also know that there is always someone trying to take this from me. And I won't let them. I am a woman. I fight. I am a Mexican woman. I'm an American woman. And there is no chance to lose. I can only win.
The backstory of, like, you know, the actual character and like why I paint my face and everything came from, is that everything just like it's together. So I went to Merced for Lucha Extreme. They wanted to bring more Latino fans in there, but they didn't have no luck. So like, oh, you're Latina, well, let's paint your face, because it seems like that Day of the Dead is really popular right now. And then they painted my face. They really like it. And then Manny Fernandez was like, "You're too pretty. Just let's paint your half of your face." So I just painted half of my face there. But I didn't do that anywhere else because I didn't want to be like the luchadora, the Mexican wrestler. I wanted to be a wrestler. I want to be recognized as a wrestler. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that anywhere else. I went to Japan. This didn't work at all. Then I got a concussion. I swear to God, I felt like I was going to die. I was out of work for a whole month. And then my husband was like, when you come back, you got to paint your face again, because you got to do something different to get over. And I think the face paint is going to make a difference. And knowing you and then tell the story later is going to make sense. So I did the half face paint and everybody loved it. They were like, oh my God, this is actually really cool. And then I told the story like it's, you know, being almost dead and coming alive, and it's just like representation of that. And then when I got signed for Lucha, when Lucha saw me, my uncle came to see me at that show. My uncle like used to watch wrestling. And then he asked me the exact same question. And I just give them the standard, you know, answer. And he told me that the reason why it all ties together, the reason why I now paint my face is because when he was young, he loved wrestling. He used to go with my grandfather every week in Mexico, in Tijuana. My grandfather died of a heart attack watching Lucha Libre. Wow. And he was on his lap. So he told me, I hated wrestling for so long, and you brought me back to watch wrestling. So the reason is it was in your destiny. It was in your future, that you were going to become a professional wrestler because it was in your blood, and now you're representing what the real Day of the Dead is, which is, representing those that have passed away in a better way. And every time you get on that ring, you're fighting for them.
I want to thank you for being a part of this video, Thunder Rosa, on your entire career in AEW. And can you help me tell the people watching to subscribe? I tell them, but they won't listen to me.
Please like and subscribe and comment on the bottom and share it with your friends so the channel can grow and they can also watch all the stuff that they're posting every week.
I appreciate that so much. And make sure you subscribe to Thunder Rosa too. She has an amazing channel. I'm going to put a link down there. You eat tacos.
I eat tacos. I put a lot of videos about my journeys all over the world and all over the country. And I also have a lot of fun on Instagram. You should check my Instagram. I do a lot of cool stuff with a lot of different local influencers, with wrestling influencers, with singers. Like my hands are on everything.
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
And make sure you stay tuned for the end of the video. She is going to be here answering some of our questions right here in this video, so stay tuned.
Britt Baker has been the focus of All Elite Wrestling's women division since the promotion started in 2019, acknowledged by many fans and outsiders as the face of the All Elite Wrestling women's division. So it was a foregone conclusion that when in 2021 Thunder Rosa would sign with the company, La Mera Mera and the DMD would have a violent reckoning. What many could not predict at the time was just how violent and personal this rivalry would become, and how it would blur the lines between on-screen drama and real-life heat between the two.
Of course, everyone looks at you because I cut your face. Your pretty little pale face.
Every time somebody asks who's gonna take the title away from Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa is the answer.
I am the only thing you can control. You only have control of your perfect career, your perfect education, control of your perfect boyfriend. I am what makes you imperfect, that takes the control of your hands easily.
You, Britt Baker, have awoken something that I've been trying to push on the side. You have awakened the violence in me once more. Britt, I don't know if you are ready for me. I don't know if you're ready for this Thunder Rosa who is unhinged and unafraid of anyone or anything. So it doesn't matter if you have tried to erase my name from the history books or everyone is giving you the accolades of the Women of the Year. I honestly do not give a shit about it. I know who I am. I'm a strong role model for absolutely everyone who believes on themselves. I am not jealous of your success, honey. On the contrary, I am happy that you think you are the face of the women's division at AEW. The answer to resolve what is missing in the AEW women's division is Thunder Rosa. Because you know, I won't stop.
I won the lights out match. I won that match because I don't stop. I don't stop for blood, for pain, or tears. I keep going until there's nothing left. Thunder Rosa is the answer.
It's very interesting after the lights out match, everybody and their mamas interview Britt Baker. And it's so interesting because I was in that match and, I was not interviewed. You interview her right after the match.
Here's the thing.
I don't know what happened.
That was one of the very first things that I wrote down as I was preparing for this interview. Because yes, Britt Baker did get the spotlight from that match. It was the two of you. And I mean, I will say, I mean, I know Britt personally a little bit better than I know you. So I was like, girlfriend, come pop on the show, blah, blah, blah. But like, why is Britt getting all of the flowers for this match and not you? I love Britt. I think she's great, but let's talk a little Thunder Rosa here.
I mean, I think it was the fact that the image that it was there in that match. I bled too, but I didn't do it to the point in where like I was completely like drenched in showering blood. I think that was one of the shocking factors for that match. I mean, the match was a masterpiece. Like I watch it and I'm like, it was so driven with emotions from her and from me that made it so special. There's been so many women in the business that I want to give credit to that were before us that have done this in the independent scene, but they never did it in a way where we did it, right? I think, in my personal opinion, that's one of the main reasons why people are like, oh my God, you know, she's the queen of hardcore. And yes, she did some crazy stuff. She took some crazy bumps. But at the same time, it's like, this wouldn't happen if she wouldn't have the opponent that she had with her.
Of course. Takes two to tango, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I knew that for her, it was going to be a defining moment in her career. This match specifically, for me, it's been, it was the match that I needed for people to understand who Thunder Rosa is. And I'm just not talking about as a worker, but I'm just talking about in general, like what I'm able to do. Like I can do technical matches. I can do high flying matches. I can wrestle in a mask. I can speak Spanish. I can speak English. I can do hardcore matches. I'm not afraid of anything. I can do MMA. I can do everything. So, but I feel like it was just kind of like the drift went with her and he didn't go with me. But I'm so used to this, you know. I'm like, you know.
Do you think that's because of the way that Britt's very good at taking things and pumping it up on social media? She kind of keeps the storyline going through social media where she wants to talk a bunch of shit, post the videos online and post the pictures and all that. Do you think that that is something that that makes the storyline follow her more?
I mean, it could have been, and it also could have been the fact that I wasn't signed with AEW at that moment.
Right.
And it wasn't like, it wasn't going to be like specifically the moment for Thunder Rosa. And I totally understand that. But I mean, like I said, that match specifically, I'm so thankful to Tony for allowing me to be part of this storyline, because he could have picked anybody that was signed at the moment in AEW. But
I don't think that that's true though, because you couldn't have done that match with anybody. That's not true. Right?
But I'm saying that if you put it in perspective, right? Because I was not part of the company full time. Right. I know he saw it from the day one. When I came to AEW, it was a one and done. But my performance kind of like forced everybody to have me there every week, which was really cool.
Okay, how much pressure were you feeling though? Because I honestly, prior to my research getting ready for this interview, I didn't know that you weren't signed before that match. How much pressure were you feeling to be like, hey, you're going to be the main event of Dynamite. You're doing a hardcore lights out match and you're not signed. Did that like fuel your fire to be like, it, I'm just going to go out there and do my absolute best and get signed and it is what it is? Or were you feeling that pressure of like, God, I really hope that
I felt the pressure from moment one, like, because I knew what I was coming for. You know, it's like, I'm an outsider. People make me feel like an outsider a lot of times.
What do you mean by that? Why do people make you feel like an outsider?
I don't know if you remember the storylines like, you don't belong here. You don't belong here. They keep telling you that. They keep telling me I'm an outsider my whole entire career because I never watched wrestling. I was a social worker. I came into the business because it was fun. It was something that interested me, and I ended up being pretty good at it, you know. And people didn't like that. So just imagine, you come from another company, and you like it or not, when you are, it's a blessing and a curse when you're too good at something in any job, right?
Sure.
So you come in at something, you're supposed to be a one and done, and then you're like, "What's up, guys?" Every week, I'm the cousin that nobody wants to see, but you still see me, you know. And then they put you in this like super important spot that you're like, "Holy crap!" Like, if I shed the bed, this is it. Like, they're gonna be like,
oh, thank you for your service, ma'am. You move on. But it was like,
Right.
I knew that if I did what I needed to do with my opponent, and we can tell the story the way that we're supposed to tell it, that I was going to be okay. And that this was going to help me catapult my career in many different ways. Because for me, it wasn't like, okay, I'm going to have an excellent match and this is going to be great just for me. I was doing this for the whole entire group that I have been, dragging with me and telling them, you can do this too. Like, you can be an outsider. People can tell that you suck. People can tell you that you don't belong. I have been told that so many times. And even now I shouldn't be reading stuff, but they're always like, well, Thunder Rosa is missing something. Oh, Thunder Rosa is not, they don't have the it fact. If there is something. And I'm like, let me tell you something, guys. I beg you, not I beg you. I dog dare you to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, travel for 7-8 hours, put a show, go to the next show and do the same thing. Take care of yourself. Try to look good. Try to have a positive attitude. Try to do something. And then you can tell me, oh, you're still missing something. I'm not, because I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the group of women that they're coming with me. Right. And that's when I cut that promo. The pressure was on not for me only, but to like, again, show that I'm a great talent, but it's to show that it doesn't matter what people tell you. You are in charge of your own destiny and you can change your present and your future. And that's what I did when I got there. By the end of the match, I remember they counted, everybody's on their feet, clapping. And I was like shaking. Like there's a moment in where like literally we break the table. She's completely full of blood. I'm full of her blood. And I'm like telling her like, I belong here. And then I'm like, they raise my hand and I'm in tears. Like, this is some real tears. This is like, I was like, in my mind, I remember thinking, you guys, you guys, I knew this was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be this good. And I didn't think I was going to survive. It's so good. Tony hugged me and he was like, hey champ, I knew you were going to do this. Thank you so much. This is one of the best matches I ever seen that a woman have done live, I'm so thankful that you were part of it. Right. And then he's like, you got to cut a promo. And I was like, oh, and that's when Tony Schiavone gave that, did the promo in there. And I made a couple of people cry, and it was like Ogogo I made him cry because he was in the process with me. He's like, we became really good friends, and he was training me boxing and stuff. And then Sonny Kiss, I remember he hugged me and he like looked at me. He said, I remember where you and I were in Lucha Underground and how much you struggled to get respect with the people in Lucha Underground because you were so new. And look at you right now doing a main event of this magnitude, and you're gonna become a legend, right? And I just remember just being in tears and being so happy for one, that it was over, and two, that what we did out there, it was gonna, bring women's wrestling to another level. And I just remember, like, I learned a lot from Britt, honestly, like in terms of like the moments and like doing stuff like that. Like, I think a lot of people won't give her credit on that, but I will give her credit on that. Like, she's like you were saying, she's very smart about certain things, and some like the stuff that she picked, it was really, really good. But I think if I would have been a shitty worker and not sell her shit and not do that stuff, I don't think it would have been as good. I've seen I've seen a lot of street matches. I've seen a lot of lights out, like dead matches, and some of them don't have that emotional connection.
As you guys know, I come from nothing. And 7 months ago, I came here to make a statement. And that was to put women's wrestling on the map. And tonight, with blood, sweat, and tears, I just show you that women's wrestling should be valued everywhere. And I'm very, very proud of this.
I watched my promo from the first time that they brought me in, and I said that I am going to bring the women's division to people to get some respect and to put it on the map. That was my whole goal when they brought me to AEW. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm going to get over it. No, my whole goal is because people were talking so much shit about AEW women's division. I was so sick and tired of it.
I'll show you.
They don't understand all the work we all have put to make this division better.
And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the whole entire group. As a group, we all have put so much work to earn respect, right? And the fact that we did that night, and we were able, everybody was talking about it, and everybody still talk about it, you know, and everybody that I have, every time I have sat on a signing, that's the match that comes out. Oh yeah, like that's the first time that I saw you, and I got hooked, and I watched all your stuff, and I was like, holy shit, like this girl is awesome. So I was like, there you go. Like, again, I don't want just that only moment. Yes, it's a very important moment in my life, but I don't want that to only define me as a wrestler. I want like everything else that I've done after that and before that to build, like we were talking about, respect in the women's division in AEW and outside of AEW, because it's so important, because those are the girls that are going to come to AEW and they're going to be part of the women's division. And we want strong, solid women that can hang.
The final one-on-one battle that Thunder Rosa would have with Britt Baker in their initial feud would happen inside a steel cage 1 year after their bloody breakout performance. This time, once again on the St. Patrick's Day Slam episode of Dynamite in Rosa's adoptive hometown of San Antonio, Texas. Rosa would emerge from the steel cage holding the All Elite Wrestling Women's World title and go on to defend it for the next 4 months.
I've been here in this country for 20 years. Every year I have struggled with being accepted. But tonight, all those thumbtacks didn't hurt. The blood that is coming out of this face mean nothing. I have worked so hard for this moment. And nobody, absolutely nobody is gonna take this away from me. Thank you to everybody. Every single person that was out there cheering for me, with signs, with their face painted, with their t-shirts. I could feel your energy. And I could feel that you believe just as much as I believe in me. And today, I made myself proud. I made my family proud. Hice a mi país orgulloso. And now I'm gonna bring what our leadership needs to bring to this women's division, which is vision, respect, and dignity. Y la mera mera llegó para quedarse. Y la mera mera aquí llegó para ganarse el respeto de todo el mundo. ¡Arriba México!
What do you have to say, though, to Britt Baker? Because is there a bond between you two? After this brutal steel cage match, you defeated her for the championship belt. So now is there a camaraderie between you two?
No, I don't think there's ever gonna. I don't think so, because I think I said it, and I have said it so many times. There are certain people that make fun of you. They make fun of how you present yourself. Like, they make fun of like the things that you have had to do to put food on the table. And I did it for many weeks, right? And I never really had a time to like have a rebuttal. I know that last Wednesday she earned the respect of the fans. You know, I have earned it from everything from day one, because they've seen how hard I've worked for, you know, to be where I am right now. And a lot of stuff that she said on live TV, and a lot of stuff that she said on you know, on the packages and stuff, making fun of me as a person, making fun of the things that I've done, like I said, what I represent, of my tribe. You know, that's some things that you never forget. And for the longest, she said it multiple times that I didn't belong in AEW, and she had to eat her words one by one.
I think Thunder Rosa should talk the least amount as possible in wrestling and in interviews and everything, and the world would be a better place, because she sounds stupid all the time when she says anything. That's what I think. No, I compare myself to people like The Rock and Austin or anything like that. I am, you know, in character, sure. I think I'm better. Dr. Baker DMD is better than anybody, but when we're talking in realistic storyline settings, I don't think anything right now that I could do would be at that level. Someday, I hope so, maybe. And I hope and pray that I can have that type of impact on the wrestling world. But Thunder Rosa, most of the time when she opens her mouth, something stupid comes out.
So no, we are never gonna be cool. And I hope she like looks back and sees and reflects that, you know, it doesn't matter what you say sometimes. It's the actions that people take. And Wednesday, that's all that I needed for her to be quiet. I was brought up, you know, by myself with, you know, I'm not no second generation. I am not your young wrestler. I am not your stereotypical look of how a professional women wrestler should look like. I am the first Mexican born ever to win a major championship in the world like this. So I continue to have a chip on my shoulder because I feel like some people don't put respect on my name. And they still, even now that I carry the title with me, people, you know, continue to say things about my line of work. But I can tell you one thing. I work so hard and I continue to work much harder to keep the title and continue to build the championship, continue to build a strong women's division and continue to build something that is going to be there for decades after I leave this world. And it's like a legacy of someone of service, of someone who was there for other women and was there to empower one way or another. If they don't agree with my methods, they don't like me, fine. But one thing I'm going to tell you, I will never going to stop fighting. And if anyone wants to get this title and there's an open challenge, they're welcome. I deal with my problems in the ring all the time. That's why I'm on top. And if somebody has a problem with that, they know where to find me.
Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing in Vegas. Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. That match was very special to me, not only because it was a close of a circle with Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb and I started at the same time at AEW. I was signed with NWA, and when we had our first match, she got literally signed the next day. And I was like, I didn't. Because I was with NWA. So, but we always had great chemistry. She's such a good storyteller. I remember the entrance. Everything was very special. Like, we really put a lot of effort on designing the gear. We wanted to be different, and I think we really took it up the notch. I think it looked really great. The headpiece was done by Teresa, who's from Los Angeles, who's a teacher. Shout out to you. She created the headpiece in a way because we were talking about, you know, paying our dues to like some of the women that actually passed away here in the border, that have disappeared, and a lot of the butterflies that I had, that was that. Well, the butterflies is like the spirits from the infra world that come back and like they pass messages. Spiritual representation of those women, because it's for the women that have passed away. But you know, that same week the Uvalde shooting happened, so I had a sacred heart in the middle, and Miss Sandra, who actually made the gown, they did an amazing job for it, and everything looked really good. Janet, who was my makeup artist, hi Janet, I miss you. She did a really cool design too. So everything looked so great. Even the boots that were made here in Mexico, based on the design of my clothes. But yeah, I'm talking too much about the gear. But we wanted to.
It was an amazing gear. Like, I gotta say, that is my favorite, my personal favorite. Like, if they were going to make another action figure,
that should be
it. Yes. I mean, and you guys can put it on the comments, but I think that is the coolest. Like, I know the mariachi one, I think because I was involved in that, but that for me, it looks so like superstar.
Yes, it was.
You know?
Yeah, we donated to help raise money for the Uvalde victims. We didn't raise a lot of money, but we did something. I feel like we could have done more.
Well, we didn't because there's never enough money for it. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the intentions that what counts. So going back to the match, it was very interesting to put it together. Dustin helped us put it together. Like I said, Serena Deeb is a magician in the ring, and she's so intense. And I remember like coming out and hearing the roar of the people. It was really magical. When we locked up, people went absolutely nuts. It was a pretty. I think we told a really good story. I I need to watch this match again a couple more times because I feel like when I watch her matches, like her matches and my matches when we're together, they like re-inspire me to wrestle again. Like there's something about her. I mean, that's one of the reasons why they call her the professor of professional wrestling. In terms of the moves, I think we the storytelling that we're telling was my knee was was it my knee or my back? I think it was my knee. Yeah, we're working on the knee.
Yes.
And I just like how we told the story. We did a figure four. We fall into the ground. And then I remember she was terrified of getting on the top rope and doing the superplex into the finish. That was a really cool way to get into my finisher. And the people popped. They knew it was over. I like the reversals and everything. And I wish we would have had more time because we had like a really cool reversal kind of thing when she was doing a Serenity Lock. The Serenity Lock and Serenity Lock. Yeah. And I mean, it's always like when you're doing live TV, like you have planned some stuff and people always go over their time. So you gotta do something else. But that's what we did. I think this is one of the most intense championship matches that I had, and also one of the most technical sound ones. And if you haven't had an opportunity to watch it, I would highly recommend you to watch it. It's a really good storytelling wise match, and also very technical. So if you like technical wrestling and two badass women, battling each other in the casino, not the casino, Double or Nothing in Vegas, you should watch it. That's Serena Deeb versus Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing 2022. My number 2, Nyla Rose versus Thunder Rosa. Ahí está. Aquí. Okay. Nyla Rose and I okay, I'm just gonna give you a little BTE of it. Like, I was joking around way too much with her when we were putting this match together. She's probably one of my favorite people to work with in AEW. She always has a great attitude. She always wants to try new things. And Dustin was, again, my agent for this match, and it was so much fun to put it together. We were both really nervous. It was in Dallas in Garland, and this is the first time that I wore the Tejana. That's when I started becoming, the Thunder Rosa, la Tejana, la norteña, la Tejana. So we got new gear for everything. I always get new gear, but it was fun. It was different. I was able to do more high flying stuff with her. There was one move where it was a falsie. I think that's what the fun stuff. It was a hurricanrana. I wanted to do a run. I wanted to do a bunch of stuff, but we didn't have time to do it. I did the tornado plancha to the outside, and I landed with my elbow on her eye. She got a black eye. And I remember she was telling me, I can't see. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't see? You just elbowed me in the eye. I was like, oh shit, sorry. And then I did. It was an accident. It was bad. And then I gave her a kick in the back, and I remember she was mad because it was a little hard, but it was not my intention. And then she gave me a receipt, which was pretty beautiful. But the match was really fast paced. I was able to do a lot of the high flying stuff that I'm not usually doing all the time. Nyla and I were able to show our differences. Her being a monster and me being a high flyer, faster opponent. I enjoyed very much, and again, I am really happy that I got to work Nyla again. She's one of my all-time favorite people to work.
I am starting heartbroken, and I feel I'm letting you guys down. For today, I have to step down as the Women's World Champion. I'm no longer able to defend the championship due to an injury.
She's flying to a different state every weekend, doing appearances, doing seminars, but she can't come to work. And it's like, you're the champion of this company. Why aren't you here? Thunder Rosa and her back. But when I was champion, I wanted to be everywhere. Whether my wrist was broken, that my nose was broken, you're sore, you're tired, it doesn't matter, because it's your time to hold that belt up high, rep the brand. This is your division. There's thousands of people online, which we shouldn't care about, that think I'm a horrible human being, that I hate all the women, I hate the division, that I don't care about the company. And it's like,
You care about the division more than life itself.
But instead, I am like demonized as the reason why everybody does not like her. So when somebody calls themselves the AEW Women's World Champion, and when you don't care about it, when it's literally just an accessory, just like these necklaces I'm wearing, that's what you treat it as, I have no respect for you.
My last match, Battle of the Belts, after the match, I couldn't walk. I had some back pain before, but this time it was different. It's been really difficult for me that people say that I was just making this up and I was lying. It really hurt, but I have to take care of myself. People are gonna believe what they wanna believe, but I just wanna come back and do my part to represent the company as best as I can. And people can say whatever they want on social media or their reports, but I know what happened to me. I mean, there's an MRI. This is not a lie. It's very unfortunate that people thought that I was not hurt, and things happen, and like I think we clear the air and we have to move on from that. I've been having a lower back injury for the last, oh my God, I don't even remember. It's been a while. It's been life-changing. Herniated disc with tears.
So just remember, when we started, we had 2 disc injuries with tears, and they were herniated. Mm-hmm. So there's 2 different processes we're treating.
Okay.
The tears themselves is the long part.
I want to wrestle.
A lot was taken away from me. So many things.
I always said that I was gonna, work to get to the highest level, and then when I achieved it and the confetti was coming down and my family was there, I can close my eyes and feel the same emotions. I wish I could go back and do it again, but that moment was very special.
Joe Lanza is speculating that Thunder Rosa isn't injured and was just sent away to cool things off. I've seen reports that says Thunder Rosa was sent home because of this incident. 100% false.
So Thunder Rosa, Mike Johnson reported today, bulging discs in her back. She is injured.
100%.
She is 100% injured. How long she will be out, we don't know. It could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. She could be out 6 months, 9 months. We don't know.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to be out at least 2 months.
At least 2 months. And 2 months is a long time to be without your women's champion. So, yes, Tony Khan is on his interim kick. But, you need a world champion on television. So, the injury is significant enough that they asked her to drop the title. And Thunder Rosa is big on quality, and she doesn't want to defend the fucking title and then have it hamper her work and the quality of her work. That's not what she does. Yet Britt Baker was out there on Dynamite last night, Jesse, saying, a real champion would wrestle with a broken wrist like I did. I don't know anybody there, but Jesus fucking Christ, bro. We said it last night. If that wasn't a shoot, I'd love for somebody to fucking reach out to me and tell me it wasn't a goddamn shoot, because it certainly sounded like one.
Well, turns out you were right. That is a shoot. And it appears that Britt Baker has been taking liberties on a live microphone and pertains to her shots that she's fired at Thunder Rosa, meaning these things were not cleared ahead of time, not put there strategically to, further a feud or a match. They were just done because Britt Baker can apparently do what she wants. So a lot of the stories, the stories that are coming out of the locker room in regards to Thunder Rosa have apparently come from and been leaked by the person that does not like her, Britt Baker herself. Now, the report of Thunder Rosa sandbagging, that was leaked by Britt Baker. Now, the promo itself where they came out and then Britt Baker used the word sandbag in the promo, that line was fought by Thunder Rosa to be removed. She did not want that line in the promo. They went to TK and TK overruled it and let it go.
Wow, man, political pull working its magic, man. Color me fucking shocked.
Let it fucking go. He had someone, not just someone, his goddamn women's champion come to him and say, hey, I'm not okay with this line being here. And they discussed it, went back and forth a little bit, and then she was overruled and then had to go in because Britt Baker lobbied for it. So it went in. Now, if you also remember, Thunder Rosa came out with a t-shirt that said sandbagging on it.
Yes, I remember that.
Right. That was Thunder Rosa's idea in an attempt to take the power away from Britt Baker from using that term on her like that. Because in a way, in a term, in a sense, Britt Baker is bullying her on a live microphone using that sandbagging thing, having all the fans think that this is fucking legit, that this is real, and it's not. So she did that upon herself to try to own it, to own it and take that power away from Britt Baker, because just going to management didn't work.
When I injured my back and people didn't believe I was injured and people were talking about my health without my permission, I think that really hurt me very, very like deeply. And it created a wound that I don't know if I will ever be able to heal, because every time something like that pops up, it hurts, right? So now that's why I feel like I'm more empowered to talk about my health, that's either my mental health or my physical health, right? So it's like, what I have learned within the business and the entertainment business is to create boundaries that are going to safe keep you from being hurt, because otherwise you allowed all this external things that we have no control to hurt us. And I think for me is that's one of the things that I have worked really, really hard in the last couple of years to be stronger. Like Dalia was saying, where, you know, when she was hurt and wrestling almost ended her life, like how can you rise above and become a better person and a stronger person?
They think they can bury Thunder Rosa. They are wrong. For Thunder Rosa, a grave is just a home. Thunder Rosa doesn't stay down. She rises every single time. Thunder Rosa, unbreakable. From the graveyards, I rise again. Thunder Rosa once stood on top of the world, champion, idol, a legend in the ring. But in a heartbeat, it all slipped away. I wandered, lost, searching, seeking the part that's missing, the spirit that once defined me. In this maze of life, even warriors feel lost, questioning their path, their purpose. But then, the Thunder Army reminds me. The Thunder Army gives me back my strength, because the Thunder Army is a reflection of Thunder Rosa hers. Thunder Rosa may have lost her way, but her army, her fans, they show her who she truly is. Unbroken, unwavering, a warrior reborn. Thunder Rosa washes away yesterday. The old fights, the pain, all gone with the water. Now, she's a blank canvas. She starts to paint her warrior's face, the Katrina makeup. In this ritual, she finds her strength. The warrior within her rises, reborn and rejuvenated. The fighter, the champion, the indomitable spirit of Thunder Rosa. Prepare for battle, ready to reclaim her glory. The past is gone. The future awaits. Thunder Rosa is back.
Well, I was very nervous because I didn't know how people were going to take me in, if people had the same love for me. I mean, it was San Antonio, so I wasn't as scared, but I think I feel that if it would have been somewhere else, I would have been more hesitant, per se. But it was kind of cool that I had a little bit more control, because I was able to come up with a lowrider, the lowrider that came out on the movie Selena. One of my friends from San Antonio offered it to me, and it was really cool that we were able to do that. I don't think a lot of people can say that they've done stuff like that. I always, as you guys know, I like to be over the top and do different cool entrances that are memorable, and I wanted to be that moment to be memorable, not only for me, but for everybody that was already waiting for me to come back. I didn't go right after the belt. I wanted to go right after the belt. That Deonna was the one who was and went right after the belt. Then I got involved in their storyline, and then I had an opportunity to go for the belt. Absolutely. That's something that I wanted to do, because I never lost the belt, and I felt like The circumstances were very unfortunate on how I had to relinquish the belt. I wish I would have done it immediately after I announced that I was injured. However, that was not under my control. There's a little other things that, you know, we as wrestlers don't have control over, and that was one. But I don't want my championship run to be tarnished by that, which I feel it was. But that's another story for another day.
Even though, like, I was in pain, like, I confirm, like, every day that I have a very strong conviction to be one of the best wrestlers when I return in the whole world. And I will give my everything every time I step in the ring. And it was a process in where I have to redefine and reconstruct myself and really find that new person that is Thunder Rosa, because she was gone for so long, David. She died that last match that I have when I defended the title. That's the last time that other Thunder Rosa was alive. And she went through a journey in the valleys of death. Seriously. A real journey in the valleys of death, and where I could not find Thunder Rosa. But in the last couple of months, she started resurfacing, and she started resurfacing in a different way. But again, is this time, my actions are going to speak louder than my words. I'm going to put the money where my mouth is at, you know? Like, I'm done talking. It's all about actions. And I'm starting cursing. And I have showed the last 500 days, David, that I did that. I represented women. I empower women all over the country, all over the world. Athena and Billy have done a tremendous job on ROH. Like, that is one of the best things that are happening in ROH. Athena has shined for over a year and has helped so many women in every match that she has with them. She's one of the toughest competitors I've ever been in the ring. And I cannot wait when there's an opportunity for her to jump into Collision, or even me jumping into ROH and have a banger of a match. Like, that's one of the things that I keep praying to God that this happens. And Billy, like, she's a sweetheart. Another person that is such a sweetheart. She's so blessed and happy to have the opportunities that she has had in the last year. There's a lot of these women that I'm working with. They're humble, caring women. And then I'm telling you, we empower each other every time. When somebody's down and we see it, we try to help each other in the ring and outside of the ring too, which has been such a beautiful change in the last couple months. And I have enjoyed coming to work into Collision. Dasha always putting us over during the breaks to Alvaro and I, which is so important. I'm ready to get back in the ring. I'm ready to show myself and my people and all of those that believe in me that we're going to finish our story the way that we want to finish the story. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for the title. And I'm coming to drag your soul to hell.
You want to drag my soul to hell, Thunder Rosa? Well, you better check the address, sweetheart. Because I think you'll find that hell is in my bedroom and I make love to my demons every bloody night. So don't worry. At Dynasty, you can just watch.
After returning to the ring, Thunder Rosa would attempt and fail at reclaiming the All Elite Wrestling Women's World Championship from Toni Storm at Dynasty, due in part to the interference from Mariah May and her former ally, Deonna Purrazzo.
You wanna try to get involved in my business, or that Antonia Tormenta kicked me in the ovarios. But you know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually really proud of what I was able to accomplish. And
Whenever I'm not in the room, it seems like all you do is say my name. Do you not have the balls to say it to my face, Thunder?
Mira, yo no soy tan payasa para estarte entreteniendo.
So what are you gonna do about it? You know what? Get out of my face.
After this match, Rosa would view Purrazzo as a thorn in her side, and the two would begin a series of 5 matches with increased intensity, starting with a pair of standard matches, followed by a no disqualification match, then a lumberjack match, and finally a bull rope match.
I've talked about, you know, some type of bigger stipulation, whether it's Texas death match, whether it's Texas bull rope, whether it's, I don't know, a cage match, first blood match. There's something here that we can continue to elevate past that no DQ match. And right now we have, you know, we've been exclusively on Collision, but we just started our residency in Arlington, Texas, and that's our hometown, or her home state, I apologize. So I feel like there would be no better than to make her bleed and finish this in her home state of Texas.
I just finished my match. I'm still bleeding. I'm very emotional. I don't know how to think, but you guys saw it online and the internet, and I can't even think. I got hit way too many times. But I'm here. Let's go.
It was assumed that all of this would be building to a 6th and final match, but that has yet to happen.
I'm coming for gold. That is the CMLL, the TBS, New Japan. Let's go and try to get that title. I'm here for gold. I'm not here just to like cruise around and do whatever. I want gold again.
My feud with Deonna Purrazzo was probably one of the things that happened to me this year, not only because I was facing someone who was new in the company, but also I was facing someone who is extremely talented, and it was extremely story driven. She definitely helped me, and I'm not saying this in you know, in a kayfabe thing. I'm saying this as in a personal level. She helped me to really redefine Thunder Rosa as a babyface. She was one of those opponents that she doesn't hold back, and she really cares for what she does in the ring and outside of the ring. So me facing her and having an opportunity to do 5 matches, which I haven't had with anyone at AEW besides my best friend Britt Baker. It was very good. I think it was really good for the summer, for the women's division, and also to like really consolidate what Collision, the women's division, looks like. And we were able to get a lot of the girls involved in one of the matches, the lumberjack match, and then people started doing like storylines from there. Then when we did the Texas death match, Texas rope. It was a bull rope match. I think that was really cool because it's never been done before. So those are things that we were able to do. And also I was able to pull my new move, which is using the table as a ramp and doing the drop kick. Nobody does that. And if anybody does that on TV ever again, I did it first, and it's mine. Yeah, I mean, with all the dead matches and street fights and everything, I don't think, I mean, it has been done, but not a drop kick hasn't been done. It's been either a clothesline, because the idea I got it from, it was Tommy Dreamer versus AJ Styles, and AJ Styles rump up the table into a clothesline in the corner. But I said, well, how can I make this different? So I did it because everybody knows I love doing drop kicks, and it didn't flip, so I didn't break, and it's not as easy as you guys think. I am looking, honestly, to have an opportunity to face Mercedes Moné at some point. I know that it hasn't been done yet. I am very patient. I know I'm like floating under the radar, but I got time. I don't care. Like, you know, I get paid the same. I go to work every Saturday. If they call me on Wednesdays, I go to work. It's something that I haven't faced somebody like her, and I know she's always looking for competition, and I really feel that she needs a real baby face to face her, because no disrespect to any of the other opponents that she's had, but I'm one of those who are, although I wasn't there on the first day, I'm one of the AEW originals. And I'm honestly the true Forbidden Door. I was the first one. So there's a lot of stuff that, although a lot of my peers have faced her and they are just as good, or, you know, in some aspects they have some better qualities than Thunder Rosa, they're not Thunder Rosa.
All In Texas 2025. If you can book the main event, what does that look like? I'm assuming you're it.
Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa, hair versus hair match.
book it, Tony Khan.
One last thing. This video is about your whole career in AEW. Is there any story you've never told before? Any exclusive you want to give us?
No.
You want to break the internet?
No, I'm not going to break the internet giving you stories that I haven't told, because I want you to read my book when it comes out.
Oh,
that's why.
exclusive.
Yeah, that's an exclusive. When I'm done with wrestling, or before I'm kind of done with wrestling, there's going to be a book about Thunder Rosa and her journeys in professional wrestling. Yes, it's going to be a very fun book. A very, very fun book. But make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And also, like, subscribe to Thunder Rosa. I have a channel too. You will have a lot of fun too. Grave diggers keep digging. And I don't know how to say that in Spanish, so that's it.